all deep inside, but still I rise, I feel euphoria. Searching beauty all across the world, even Longoria. It's beauty in the struggle, wanna kick it, call it loitering. Hiding tears, you should be an actor, Sidney Poitier. Too busy chasing niggas, you can't listen what your daughter say. She deprived, searching for attention in another way. Mama stressing, gotta wipe the tears up on my mama's face.
So, on to your music again. I know you dropped Baggage Claim last winter. Will you actually be having any turns, like any tours coming anytime soon?
No tours, not yet. I actually been talking to different like venues about coming to open up and headlining and stuff like that. But I know a tour is in the near future. But right now, I haven't really focused on putting a tour together. No.
Okay. If somebody wanted to pay you for a show, how much would you charge them?
It's all depending on like they budget and obviously the venue, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Like if somebody wanted to book me in say Miami, then the price would go up, you know what I'm saying? Or obviously, it's some things that goes into it,
Okay. So as far as Baggage Claim, what's been the perception of you since you dropped that? Are people like, are you gaining a lot of fans, a lot of loyal fans, and could you also describe your fans?
Since I dropped Baggage Claim, like I've gotten like a whole different like audience, you know what I'm saying? A real listening ear, like, oh, he really, talking about something, you know what I'm saying? He really, and people that know me can vouch for my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? It's not something I'm just waking up and just talking about like that I haven't been through or no shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So definitely a lot of listeners, a lot of people still talking about the Enabler song with me and Kim, shout out J. Kim's. And then just every song on there, when I was pushing it, I'm like, I got 7 songs on here, you ain't got to skip a song. And like literally, that's what people be saying, like, bro, I could just play it like all the way through, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So back to your life before rapping, you went to Fayetteville State, right?
Correct.
All right. So did that have any effect as far as like how you view life, music, relationships? Anything like how did going to school all the way in North Carolina affect how you view things?
Man, to be honest, like it really didn't. Like both my parents, they always, you know what I'm saying, made me multifaceted, and just I've always I went to a Catholic high school, I went to a public middle school, and then I just shot out there. I've been traveling since I was young too.
Right.
But when I went to Fayetteville State, I hadn't even visited there. Like when I went out there on scholarship, I moved out there. So when I flew out there, I moved out there.
That was your first time?
That was my first time going out there, and I just moved out there. I didn't even go visit it. But they welcomed me with open arms, and that was a big part of my experience as well, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I went out there, made some lifelong friends, stuff like that, and I had a good time. But I don't think it like swayed none of my like opinions or anything like that about life or anything like that. But it was a good experience though, and it was a HBCU. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself, just being able to go out there and learn more about like your African American heritage and culture and stuff like that, that was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But other than that though, like I enjoyed it.
But so what made you go all the way out there as opposed to a school closer or a school all the way in another region or whatever?
Scholarship. They offered me a full-ride scholarship for football, so other than that, I wouldn't have went out there.
Yeah, so
it was like
it made more sense.
Yeah, because after I left, I went to junior college at College of DuPage, and then the recruiting didn't go as planned there. And so once I graduated and got my associate's degree, I went to Atlanta, and I was just kind of like just chilling out there, and then I got the call from Fayetteville.
All right, so going to school in Fayetteville, North Carolina, was that like a culture shock?
No, it wasn't no culture shock. One thing though, it's country down there, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely country. I'm a city boy, you know what I'm saying? So it's slow as hell to me out there, to me. But it wasn't really like a culture shock. I took it in, like they welcomed me with open arms. I went over ahead and took it in,
Bad. So like when you was down there, I know a lot of people, when you in college, you visiting a lot of other places. I know North Carolina is right next to like the DMV. It's like right there in the middle of the East Coast and the South. Right. So was you like visiting other places and stuff while you was out there?
I wasn't, bro. Like for real. My roommate, he was from DC though. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of my guys from DC, but I wasn't really moving around like that. I was going to maybe Charlotte or Raleigh or something like that. I stayed in North Carolina. But I wasn't really traveling like that when I was in school.
Right. Were you out there for 2 years or 4 years?
I was out there for 2 years because I transferred from junior college and then I went out there. So I went out there from 2000. I went out there from 2000. 2015. Yeah, 2015 and 16 year. Yeah.
So as far as was Rockford having does Rockford have any similarities to Fayetteville? Like, could you see any similarities from Rockford and Fayetteville?
I could definitely. Like, just kind of how proximate the hood is, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the same out there, you know. Obviously got your projects and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, got people hanging out and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of a homey feeling, you know. I can't say that. You know, you had your one mall out there. We got Cherryville Mall out there. You got your local nightclub. You got your bars and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of was like it was some similarities for sure.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's decent. So as far as North Carolina, how far? Not North Carolina, but Raleigh and Charlotte. How far away was that from Fayetteville?
Charlotte was like I want to say like 2 hours away from Fayetteville, and Raleigh that shit was like 45, 50 minutes away.
Really?
Yeah, so yeah,
you got to get out there a lot.
Yeah, we went out there a lot. Like we went to Raleigh a lot often, and then Greensboro, because North Carolina A&T I think is in Greensboro. You know what I'm saying? So we always went down there. Partied a little bit down there, went to Raleigh, you know, then went to Charlotte as well too. So we moved around a little bit.
What what all did you do as far as like spring break and everything? Like, did you go to Myrtle Beach, or what all did you do?
Yeah, I went to Myrtle Beach a couple times. Not even on spring break though. Spring break, I used them opportunities to come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, them 14 hours I drove back home. I flew back home. I'm like, I'm coming to see my people real quick. So yeah, I ain't move around like them though.
Right. So what did you major in?
I majored in mass communication. That's what I got my degree in. Yeah.
Okay. When you chose that as your major, what was your plan?
It's crazy because I started off when I left high school. I declared my major as sports medicine. But with that, I feel like you got to be like 100% dedicated to it. Like being an athlete and trying to do all that, it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Just traveling and stuff like that, missing class sometimes on the road. So when I declared it as mass communication, it was just one of those things where I just want to do like public speaking and stuff like that. Kind of what I'm doing now, just going to talk to kids and stuff like that, you know? So it was just one of those things. I'm like, I can use it for something. I didn't know as to what I wanted to use it for, but I knew that I was going to use it sometime later on in my career.
Right. So that actually helps in both ways, because you're a rapper and you also have touching souls where you speak in front of groups anyway.
Exactly. And I always want to know like just how to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of times like people do interviews and people, you know what I'm saying, they don't really have the professionalism. Yeah, you know, so I always want to learn how to speak. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big thing for me.
Yeah, that's important. That can be the difference between how somebody perceives you and how they judge you. And certain doors can be open. If somebody, if you having an interview, if somebody sees you talking on the interview, you sound like an idiot. You may not even be an idiot,
you know
but if that's how they perceive you, that's a door that could have been opened, but somebody didn't give you an opportunity just because they
present myself the best way. First impression, best impression.
But you right about that.
I can never fold a break from being solid. Talking for them people that did it all way before me. I swear it's time to win and I'm giving God all the glory.